Friday, everybody. Are we going to work today? Yeah, we made it. I had an awful day at work today. My 65-year-old receptionist turned up in a miniskirt. Now, in this day and age, you can't say anything. But I forgot that. I said, "What the fuck are you wearing, Gary?" I mean, to do something like that at his age, it shows a lot of balls, doesn't it? It's frothy. Yeah, I've had a lot of weird jobs. I used to work in a call centre, which some people think are all in India. Well, they're not. Okay, because there's some people like me, just doing the accent. Don't be so quick to judge. Anyway, my name's Keefy, or as my 2-year-old daughter now calls me, Keith. She doesn't know that's my real name, she is just taking the piss. Much like everyone else, because it rhymes with a few things, doesn't it? Like teeth, beef, contraceptive sheath. Keys, quiche, reef, brief, thief, chief. Queef. Does anybody know what queef is? I feel like you might. It's the expulsion of air through the vagina. Posh and Bex named their kid after the city in which he was conceived in. My parents have named me after a love puff. The other problem with that name, right, is nobody under the age of 30 realises that Keith is a rock star's name, because they don't remember Richards, Moon or Flint today. No, the only Keith they remember is Chegwin. What's your name, fella? Mike, like that, Michael, yeah? Michael. Nice strong name. I feel like the best test for a man's name is how well it stands up as a gladiator's name. Michael, I think that's quite good. Michael of Bareback Island, son of Horatio, firstborn and rightful heir of 1,000 kingdoms. That's quite good, isn't it? Whereas Keith of Hampshire, son of Geoffrey, thirdborn, rightful heir to a 3-bed semi. That's good, Michael, isn't it? And the biggest problem, though, is that it's typically a white middle-class man's name, isn't it? People think it's easy being a white middle-class man. And it is. People don't like us very much, though, do they? And do you know what? I think it's fairly well justified. You know, we've done some absolutely awful things, haven't we? Like slavery, colonialism, institutional sexism, Morris dancing. I mean, isn't it sad to think that Morris dancing is England's version of the haka? To be fair, I would love to see the England rugby team Morris dancing. That would be great. Right, boys, gather around, big game tonight, yeah, let's hit them hard in the scrum. Let's show these All Blacks what we're made of. The saddest thing about all of that is I've had to practice that at home. Who's the real loser? Everyone loves the haka though, don't we all like the haka? Yeah. It's good, isn't it? There's this one bit, right? We're all going like this, and we'll go. There's one guy at the back. Let's go. Riga ringa pakia, we takia. That's my favourite bit. Because if you translate it, do it in English, right? It goes. Stamp your feet as hard as you can. Slap your legs as hard as you can. That is just Morris dancing, but with more vigour. Could be worse. If you do it in Spanish, it goes. Della tu cuerpo alegría Macarena. Those seem so hard now, do Macarena, man. That just reminds me of Year 9 school discos. Anyone else? Macarena, Kung Fu Fighting, Run DMC, Titanic theme tune. And then everyone just got off of each other. Except me. I just stood there wishing I didn't go to an all-boys school. That's actually not true at all. I actually went to a Catholic school, which is it's like a normal school except prayers. Usually at special occasions like Christmas, we would all pray for starving African children. Bit pointless, nobody ever got one. But, such an idiot. I tried dyeing my hair blonde, but I didn't leave it in long enough, so it just went bright orange. Instead of cutting it off, I just told everyone at school of raising awareness for ginger people. I like being a ginger man. It's good. I've got to learn what it's like to be a minority. You know, like I learned that if you go to any other country in the world as a ginger, you're a delicacy. In this country, nah. You're just a ginger. Cunt. That's a horrible word, that, isn't it? Nobody likes that, do they? Ginger. Disgusting. White middle class man. I say I'm white, right? I'm white. I'm not the whitest of all the whites. Not like a Nazi, just like a nigger. Got two options at the beach. I can lay there for 10 minutes and turn into a lobster, or lay there for 10 minutes and looking like a washed up corpse. My wife though, she says I've got the body of a Greek yoghurt. That's something, I guess. So middle class, but nobody really even uses that phrase anymore, do they? You judge people based on which supermarket they go to these days, don't they? Like at the top you've got the farm shops, they're la-di-da, aren't they? And then it goes M&S, Waitrose, Sainsbury's, Tesco, and at the bottom you've got the food banks, and then Lidl. I quite like going to Lidl because you can do your shopping and learn German, can't you? Right, so we just need to get some Apfelsaft, some Gemüses, some Kartoffels, and Kugelschreibers, 20 Schmetterlings. And then just going to try on that wetsuit and then we're done. Ridiculous place. Got love for food banks as well. I mean, I've got a bit of a soft spot for the homeless people. I'm always giving them money. And, my wife gets annoyed with me because she says it's just for drugs and alcohol. But it's not. Because sometimes I give them money for sex as well. Just jumping to conclusions. This is a ridiculous story, right? But it's totally true. When I was a kid, I was desperate to go to the homeless shelter because I wanted to go see all the tanks and the guns. And then I went there and discovered that there aren't any, because the Salvation Army is well shit. I mean, that is misleading for a kid though, isn't it? Salvation Army? Might as well call it Hobo Force. Stupid. I mean, it is terrible. My parents took me to a homeless shelter for a day out, wasn't it? At least I think they did. We could have just been Weatherspoons. So was there a couple? You guys must be a couple. Michael, yeah? How long have you been together?
Just under 5 years.
5 years, nice one. That's good. That's good. I've been with my wife 8 years, so you know, I'm in. That's good. After that amount of time, like, things change in a relationship, don't they? Some things stay the same. Some things change. Like when we first got together, right, didn't have a lot of money. What we'd do is we'd go out and do cocktail night. We'd learn to make a new cocktail. We'd go out and buy all the ingredients, make a night of it. We'd get all the snacks, get dressed up, and afterwards I'd shag her tits off. 8 years on, right? 2 kids later, we still do it, except now it's just the snacks. I say just the snacks. The other day we had a pack of pork scratchings and a cheeky finger. I don't even like pork scratchings. Or being fingered. Tell you what I can get. To be fair to her, she does try and spice things up. Like the other day she called me Daddy. I respect her dad way too much. I said, use his real name. because 1 and a 2-year-olds basically torture. They don't have any respect for me whatsoever. I've no control over them. They don't want to get up in the morning, don't want to go to bed at night, don't want to get dressed, don't want to get undressed, don't want to eat, don't want to not eat, do they? Don't want to use the potty. And why would you when you can just shit in the bath? This is an actual conversation I had with my 2-year-old the other day. She goes, Daddy, 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 Keith. I want to get in the buggy. All right, get in the buggy then. No. That's like me going up to a taxi driver, isn't it? Hi mate, can you give us a lift to Southampton? Yeah, of course mate, get in. Fuck off. Ridiculous. Guys, I wish I could have stayed with you longer. This has been really good fun. Just before I go, quickly tell you about my granddad, who was a war hero, and he died recently, unfortunately. And I was going through his things, and I found what I thought to be these love letters that he'd written to my granny whilst he was away at war, in German. So, turns out they were just shopping lists for Lidl. Guys, my name's Keefy. Enjoy the rest of the night. Thank you very much.